Right, okay, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today is my match preview for Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, our penultimate game of the year. A year to forget, let's be honest, for us, but we want to wrap it up in a good way with a win against Crystal Palace tonight and then obviously on the weekend as well against Luton. But let's talk about the Crystal Palace game for now. Let's get into it. And let's be honest, a big response is needed after Sunday's result. It was just so disappointing. We should have easily have won that game. And we didn't, and we've talked about stuff like this so often, and we need to see a big response from the players because of that. And a big London derby, both teams should be up for it. Both teams will be very hungry. They'll definitely be hungry for a win because they need it. And if they could get a win away at us at Stamford Bridge, that's massive for them. And this is where we need to start a proper run. How many times have we said this season we need a proper run of wins? This has to be it, and this should be it. And I'll tell you what, of our next 3 games, Crystal Palace at home, Luton away, Fulham at home, that's our next 3 games in the league. That has to be 9 points, nothing less at all. And in between those games, we've also got an FA Cup game against Preston and a League Cup first leg semi-final against Middlesbrough. Both of them have to be big wins as well. So the next 5 games, I expect nothing but wins. And the team to pull stuff out the bag need to be impressive as well because at this point our season's just become a bit of a nothing season again. So the next 5 games all have to be wins, nothing less than 9 points. Our next 3 league games at all. I mean, you look Palace at home. Respect to Palace, but every season we should beat them at home comfortably. Luton away, we should never be ever being challenged Luton away, so we should win that. And Fulham at home. The expectations and the where we want to be as a club, those 3 games should all be 9 points easily, and that's what I expect. And as I said, there's no disrespect to them 3 clubs, but that's just our standards. To be fair, this year we have fallen below standards, but if we want to make something out of the season, these have to be the next 5 games. It all needs to be wins. Crystal Palace are 0 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses in their last 5 games. They've scored 5 and conceded 8. It's not in the best of form in the last 5. However, in the last 5, they have played City and Liverpool. One of which City they drew, and the other against Liverpool, where, they played well to against Liverpool. They lost, but they played well. Obviously, got an unfair sending off. There was a bit of controversy in that game with VAR. So, you got to sort of give it to them. Off the base of it, that record doesn't look great, and it's not. But they've had some tricky games. Maybe the results don't reflect their performances necessarily. But they still haven't won since 7 games ago, was the start of November. So that there's loads of things you look into them, but on the fact of it, they're not getting the results. And I guess a bit like us, we might play well in the game, we might dominate a game, but we're not getting results. They're also not getting results. And they're 15th place in the league on 18 points with a record of 4 wins, 6 draws, 8 losses. But they're only 4 points off us. Despite their dodgy record, they're not great form, they're still only 4 points off us. And that's one of the reasons why we need a win. We've got the pack behind us catching us, top 9, and the European spots are starting to move away from us. We need a win. And they're under pressure, so they'll be up for it. They're under pressure, they need a win. A win at Stamford Bridge, would be great for them as their season, as a team. So I said, they're going to be up for it. No doubt about it, they'll be up for it. They've got a few injuries, not as much as us, nowhere near as much as us, but they have got a few. Sam Johnston, Rob Holding, Doucouré, Raksakyi, I think that's how you pronounce it. He also used to play for our academy, Joe Ward and Edouard. So not as bad as us, but they've still got a few injuries out. So that's something we can take advantage of. And we have beaten Palace in each of our last 12 games against them, leading back to October 2017. What realistically should fill us with confidence, but with this squad, you just never know. If that run gets broken today, will we be totally surprised? Probably not. But it's a very, 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 very good record against them, and hopefully we can make it 13 wins in a row tonight, and keep that impressive run going. I'm pretty sure it's most consecutive losses Palace have had against one single team in their history. So keep it going, keep extending that record a little bit. Our league position right now is 11th place. So above us in 10th is Bournemouth on 18 points of 25. No, on 18 games with 25 points. Obviously, after tonight, they will have a game in hand on us because they're a abandoned game. As I said, we're at 11th, we're on 22 points from 18 games. Wolves at 12th, they're 11 points of us, 22 with 18 games. They play Brentford tonight, same time as us. Fulham are 13th on 19 points. On 9 from 19 games, they've got 21 points. Obviously, they lost to Bournemouth yesterday 2-0 away from home. And Brentford are 14th on 19 points from 17 games. Obviously, after tonight, they'll still have a game in hand against us because of their postponed game because of Man City's Club World Cup. Obviously, they didn't play on the weekend. That's a very tight bunch there. Obviously, if we win tonight, we go up to 10th because we've got a significantly better goal difference to Bournemouth as of right now. But if we lose, we could go down to 12th. So, it's not ideal at all. And as I said, that pack behind us is starting to catch up, and the ones in front of us where we want to be are starting to move away. So we really do need a win to kickstart something and get us going and start reducing that gap. So against the team news, then we haven't had a proper injury report as of time recording, but the expectation is Sanchez, James, Chalobah, Fafana, Cucurella, Chilwell, Enzo, Ugochukwu, Chukwuemeka out injured, and obviously suspensions after the game on Sunday for 5 yellow cards, Raheem Sterling and Cole Palmer. Overall, 11 players out injured, not ideal at all. Well, not out, just 11 players out in general. The team I'm going to go for with that in mind then, once it's a bit shaky, obviously we've got players like Lavia who are back for injury now, but they haven't played a minute of football this season yet. Hard to say where they are. It's hard to say where people like Nkunku are. Is he ready to start or not? We're not sure. Same with Caicedo coming back from illness, didn't play on Sunday. We're not even fully sure if he's going to be able to play tonight. So it's a bit hard to put together an 11, not knowing quite where the squad is. But if everyone's in, we'll say, ideal shape, here's what I'd probably be looking at. So Petrovic in goal, back four, Gusto right back, Thiago Silva and Levi Colwill centre backs, Ian Maatsen left back, double pivot, Caicedo and Gallagher, three behind the striker, Madueke on the right, Mudryk on the left, and Nkunku through the middle, and then Nicholas Jackson up top. So where do we start then? We'll start at the back. Back four, Gusto, pretty simple. Hopefully he has enough in the tank to go hour maybe. Centre back partnership, Silva and Colwill. I've moved Colwill along from left back to centre back. I've taken Disasi out of the back four, just resting. It hasn't been too bad. Just going to rest him. However, I feel like we haven't seen Colwill in that centre back for that much, and I was quite like to see him there alongside Thiago Silva. That's quite a good pairing because you've got experience and young talent. And also, I think it allows us to be a bit attacking because we know them two very comfortable with their feet. We know them as a pair have a very good passing range. And that doesn't mean I've gone with Ian Maatsen at left back. I've been calling for Ian Maatsen to play the last few games. He's been coming off the bench, he hasn't got a start yet. Hopefully this could be the one. So we know Maatsen's versatility, left back, left wing, right wing, potentially somewhere in the middle as well. So we know Maatsen's got a very good chance playing when you've got 11 players out. So potentially we could see Maatsen play a decent amount of minutes tonight. I've gone with him at left back. Double pivot, Gallagher. Pretty obvious, he'll probably be captain as well. Then Caicedo, hopefully he's fit, back from his illness. I've gone with Nkunku through the middle. I was originally going to have him up top, but because of sort of lack of option in that role at Cam, obviously we've had to put Gallagher in double pivot, meaning that's a bit of a free spot right now. So I've gone with Nkunku in that number 10 role. Pochettino did say that he thinks right now Nkunku's best position is number 9, number 10, so I'm going to use him in that number 10. Ideally I would have put him number 9, but you got to deal with what you're dealt. That's where he's going. Mudryk on the left, he should have started the last few games. He's looked really good off the bench. He deserves a start, so he's going to get a start. I think when he did start against Everton, he looked good, he looked threatening. Same against Brentford. Was it Brentford? No, same against Sheffield United, sorry. So yeah, Mudryk on the left, Madueke on the right. Hopefully he's okay fitness-wise. Obviously he only played 10 minutes on the weekend, coming back from injury, so I'm a bit worried he's not really ready fitness-wise to start. But when he has started, we have seen him play well. Hasn't really played much though. We saw him against Brentford earlier in the season. He looked good, and there was another game, I can't remember which game of the season, where he looked good. But apart from that, he hasn't played that much. So hopefully he's fit to play, and he'll start and he'll look good. Obviously, if he's not fit to play, you could probably put Maatsen into that three behind the striker, maybe move Cole back onto left back and bring in one of Disasi or Badiashile. Pretty simple fix. And it's obviously me and Jackson up front. Does Jackson deserve to start? Absolutely not. Could go Brewer, I guess. I'm a big fan of Brewer. Actually, do I go Brewer up top? You know what? I might actually go Brewer up top. Yeah, we're going to put Amano Brewer up top. I think the last few games, both of them haven't been great. But Jackson was poor on the weekend. Brewer wasn't as bad. So we'll put Brewer up top. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's either of them, to be honest. I mean, on the day, they both can be decent. But Jackson especially just hasn't been great recently. Brewer, you can give him a bit of leeway because he's coming back from injury. But yeah, that's my team then. Petrovic, Gusto, Silva, Cobble, Matson, Gallagher, Caicedo, Madueke, and Kunku, Mudryk, Brewer. That's it for today then. I said, big response needed. Hopefully 3 points, move up to 10th. Thanks for watching. See you.